Hey, what's going on, everybody? Ryan from Sports Card Radio, back again for a special interview here on the R-Rated podcast. One of the great joys of still being involved in some way in the sports card industry, I get to have little conversations, either sometimes by phone or in person or over text, oftentimes about cards and collecting, and decided. Was texting with a buddy the other day and decided, why don't we just shift this over to podcast form and talk a little bit about collecting soccer and specifically kind of the Panini World Cup Album. So this is Dan, who on last sticker goes by NWSportsFan, and I hope you enjoy. I'm going to call you a soccer expert, certainly more than I am. You know, this World Cup just ended. I'm still looking around my house frantically for any Mbappe cards or stickers or really anything that says Mbappe on it. He's the 19-year-old that plays for France. A thing that I saw that I read for this, people that don't know, the biggest set that Panini really makes every 4 years is this World Cup sticker album. It balloons their sales up to close to $1 billion. During World Cup years. And maybe I'm starting to figure out why, because The Guardian says that it cost, I think, 775 pounds, which, if my math is correct, $1,000 US to make this Panini World Cup sticker set. Did you make the set this year? Can you talk about the set and itself and the importance, I guess, for Panini?
Yeah, I definitely can do that. I did make the set this year. I got my final sticker the day the tournament kicked off back in June, and I did not spend nowhere near $1,000, thankfully. That quote from The Guardian is dealing with if you wanted to try to pull every single sticker from a pack, so just statistics there. One of the things with the Panini World Cup stickers is the collation is really poor. You get about a box, this year a box got you 250 stickers, and probably 50 of those are going to be duplicates. And
how much are boxes? How much are...
Well, this year, the box stayed the same price at $50 a box, but from 4 years ago, there was 2 less stickers per pack. So instead of getting 350 stickers, you're only getting 250 for $50.
And how many stickers are in the entire set to fill out the entire album?
This year there are 682 for the 32 teams, plus some stadium stickers, poster stickers, and some legends.
Wow, so it could take... how many boxes do you think it could take before you could legitimately fill your entire set?
You would have to buy at least 3, which would get you 750 stickers.
And that's with no duplicates. So how do people, I know trading is a big thing with these soccer stickers. How does that, tell me how that works. And I guess specifically, maybe start with the U.S. How does that work in the U.S. where it's not as big a craze? And then maybe jump across the pond and tell me about how trading and the whole phenomenon of that works overseas.
Yeah, well, it's definitely picking up here in the States, definitely in the South where there is a more Latino population, because collecting the sticker album is really popular in Central South America. People used to collect these as kids, so they've just kept collecting on now, and it's just really popular. And there's a distributor down in Florida that's been organizing sticker trades at Walgreens across the country. So here, being in Seattle, there was a sticker trade at the Walgreens here, one of the Walgreens, and I was able to go there and get my final 20 stickers in one trade. So there was about 20 people there just trading.
Wow.
And I had some friends locally that used Meetup, and we would go meet at Green Lake Park, which is a nice park here in Seattle, and just go chill by the lake and trade stickers.
Wow, so 20 people showed up for this meetup at a Walgreens. How did you find out about that particular meetup?
Social media. It's on Facebook.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. So I'd imagine if you go overseas, I mean, this is such a huge thing overseas. Are people trading before games? Is it? Do you know about kind of the trading culture in Europe and other places as well?
Well, Definitely, there's a lot of trading going on in the schools. Kids will trade at some like recess and lunch, and students get in trouble for trading stickers. So that's one way. But that's one of the things about the phenomenon of the stickers. It appeals to the kids and the adults.
Are certain ones? I mean, I guess inherently certain ones are more valuable. But what is an Mbappe? Am I getting 5 stickers for one Mbappe? Am I getting 20 common stickers for one Mbappe? Like, what is the value of Ronaldo and some of the top guys that even somebody like me who checks in on the World Cup every 4 years but doesn't follow the Premier Leagues and the other leagues? What are the value or just kind of the street trade value of some of the key players?
So there's 2 schools of thoughts on that. You got the one school of thought where most people will say, well, a sticker for a sticker. There should be no premium added to a sticker. And then there's going to be other people that are going to say, well, if you want my Ronaldo, that's going to cost you 5-7 stickers. So it all depends on the trader. But, when I'm trading with my friends, we're just trying to help each other finish the album. So we don't care who the sticker is as long as we complete our albums. But, yeah, there's definitely stickers out there that carry a premium. And something that Panini does is in the 682 stickers, 50 of them are foils, or also known as shinies. And although Panini states they're just as common as every other sticker, that doesn't appear to be the case when you open up the packs. So there's definitely a premium put on those foil stickers.
So they're like, I guess, short prints in a way, these foils.
I would say so. I opened up a box and only pulled 5, and if you run the statistics, on average, you should get about 17 a box. So I never got anywhere near 17 foils a box, and you got to put 50 together for the whole set.
Are most people making the set, filling out the album? Are there some that are focusing on certain teams or players, or is the goal, I guess, for most people to complete their album?
The goal is to complete the album. There are some people that will hoard their team, though. I've seen people, I think this year, Peru got in this year, and it's been a while since Peru's been in the World Cup, and they were going sticker crazy down there. So a lot of hoarding of Peru players.
And is the price, does the price stay consistent? Like in the United States, I don't know, is it like $1 for a 5 sticker pack? Does that stay consistent across the world, or how does the distribution and the pricing of the stickers kind of work?
As far as I know, it's pretty level, although I saw a lot of complaining about the sticker price being raised this year. As I mentioned earlier, it was a 40% increase this year from 4 years ago in the States on a per sticker value. Internationally, you usually get 5 stickers a packet, so the U.S. now has dropped down to that 5 stickers a packet, and I think it's about $1 a packet depending where you get it.
How involved are the people, the American employees at Panini in the kind of promotion of the sticker album in the U.S.? Are those guys involved at all? Have you ever communicated with them? Either about the set or the meetups and trade-ups? Like, do those guys have any impact at all?
I believe they have a little impact. I know Tracy Hackler with a couple people did a box break of a sticker box out when it came out back in March. But other than, the occasional Twitter post, you don't see much from it. Supposedly they did Panini instant cards this year for the World Cup, but I didn't really see much advertising behind it.
What about the other sets they make? They make a lot, and then maybe, I don't know, about 6 to 8 other soccer branded sets that are not stickers, that are actually physical trading cards. Do you know how those have done, I guess, kind of in the last couple of months with the World Cup has gone on? Has those seen any interest from collectors, or how do those sets work?
I know Panini has come out with a lot of soccer sets in the last couple of years. I know they've done Donruss Select, and then they have that Noir and Black Gold. And just judging from the prices I'm seeing on like websites like DA, the prices are just not there. So those products are focused on players and their club uniforms as well as their international uniforms. So there's definitely some value to be had there, though. And you got like when Ronaldo and Messi's autographs in those sets, but they're tough to pull.
They're tough to pull, some of the boxes are actually kind of affordable and cheap. How come, people go crazy about these stickers worldwide, but these soccer sets are a real small print run. They kind of have a niche following. Like, what's the difference between, these American collectors who trip out when they see a 3-color patch of a football player that's never played an NFL game, and these soccer enthusiasts who, will spend $1,000 up to $1,000 maybe to put together this sticker set? Like, have you tapped into the differences between the American card collector and the overseas sticker collector?
Yeah, well, I think although $1,000 does seem expensive, and like I said, that's if you're trying to pull every single sticker from a pack. But for me, I spent $150 to get my 3 boxes, and then I was able to trade with people and to complete the set. So I think one of the things that is appealing to the stickers is you can put a full set together. There isn't anything really rare that you're trying to chase. It's the journey of trying to complete the set and completing it with your friends, and also just going to a meetup and just meeting new people that have got the same interest with you. And I think that's where the appeal is with the stickers.
And does somebody like Ronaldo, I mean, he makes so much money that I guess he probably doesn't sign a lot of autographs, I would think.
Well, yeah, his autographs are definitely the super short prints in the Panini product. But that guy, he always, if a kid meets him on the street, I'm sure Ronaldo will sign something for him. That's the kind of player he seems like, or the same kind of guy.
What about this kid Mbappe from France? He was kind of the name and the person that kind of stuck out for me. He's 19 years old. I mean, shoot, he might play in the next 3 or maybe 4 World Cups if he keeps in shape. And who is this guy? Do you know anything about him? Is this somebody that has the potential to be an absolute superstar in the sport of soccer, or is some of the hype around him overblown, and just the fact that France won, he got a lot of attention?
He is definitely talented, and there is definitely some hype there with being on France, but he did score some great goals, and he's had a good club career too. So I don't think the hype is overblown on him, and with Messi and Ronaldo starting to age, it's time for a new star to emerge.
I noticed his Prism cards, the 2018 Prism cards, were like about $10 each or something. I'm thinking maybe in a couple years, once things have kind of cooled off, maybe, and before the next World Cup. I mean, he's going to be 23 years old in the next World Cup. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here that this guy could be a known commodity for the next many years of his life. Are any of these older albums and stickers worth something from the 70s, or I don't know how far they go back, but even like the 70s or 60s, like do they appreciate in value like sports cards in a way?
Yeah, they do, definitely. I believe the first set came out in the 70s, and back then, they weren't printed much, so they're, not a big supply, kind of like your older baseball cards. And when the first Panini set that came out, they weren't actually even stickers. You had to actually use glue to paste them into your album.
So they've come a long way now. The adhesive is on the back now. Maybe that's why they've had to raise the price over the years.
I don't know about that, but no. So now that the World Cup is over, I'm already seeing the prices of these boxes get slashed by 20, almost up to 50% now. So, the 2018 World Cup stickers will be very common and easy to get. But as the years go on, as they dry up, they do become more valuable. I know now, if you're trying to complete the 1994 U.S. World Cup album, you're paying like $2, $5 a sticker now.
Wow, I had no idea. And that's not that long ago.
No.
You know what? One thing I looked at, I don't know if I didn't talk to you about this, and if you mess with this at all, but I guess there's a digital app and a digital album, and as of June, there's over 6 million people that have used the app, and 835 million cards circulated. Did you check out the app? And is that something that's viable for them?
Yeah, well, they released two apps. One was the digital sticker album, which is free. You get to open like 10 stickers a day, and you can, on the back of the actual Panini stickers, on the back of the team stickers, there's a code on there that gets you extra packs.
Okay.
So that was free. I completed my virtual album, but they also had a different app that was kind of more like your Topps Bunt and Topps Kick apps, where you can buy coins and buy the packs and play against each other. And I didn't really do that app. It seemed overly complicated, and I just did the virtual album.
Interesting.
And the virtual album was free.
It was free. Okay. Another thing I noticed is that there were people that were stealing these stickers, and there were even a problem with counterfeit stickers. Is that something that maybe doesn't happen in the United States, but overseas there's such a demand for these things that people are stealing them and making counterfeit versions of them?
Yeah, probably not a problem in the States. It's probably the counterfeiting would probably be more with the older sets. Kind of, like people trying to counterfeit a Michael Jordan rookie card.
Right.
The current stickers are so easy to get. It doesn't seem worth it to counterfeit. I know there's definitely different sets that came out with the World Cup. I think in Peru they didn't get 12 of the poster stickers, so the stickers are actually numbered differently, which makes it a little difficult to trade.
I see. That's interesting.
Yeah, and they also have printing facilities in Brazil and printing facilities in Italy, and there's actually differences between the sets. I don't know about this year. I haven't seen any Brazilian stickers, but in some years, you can tell the difference between a sticker printed in Italy and a sticker printed in Brazil, and they're supposed to be the same sticker.
Wow, the level of detail that goes into these is pretty amazing. You know who else makes stickers is Topps, and they do so over here in the States for the MLS, and they have a little thing going on, maybe a little bigger than a little thing over in Europe. They signed this exclusive with the MLS back in 2013 for trading cards and stickers. Do you know if here we are 5 years later, do we know if that relationship is continuing? Do you have any idea about that?
I don't know if it's continuing, but I know it was a 6-year deal, and this is now year number 6. So I haven't heard anything yet. So it's decision year. So we'll see if it continues on or not. But as you mentioned, they got the exclusive right to make MLS stickers, but Topps has not made an MLS sticker set since getting that exclusive.
Oh, so they've only made trading cards for MLS.
Correct.
Oh, that's interesting.
Even though they have the right to make the stickers.
That's weird. Do they make stickers overseas for like a UEFA championship? Like what's their exposure to soccer in Europe?
Panini is the premier sticker manufacturer, but 2 years ago, Topps won the rights to the UEFA Champions League to be the exclusive sticker and trading card supplier. So 2 years ago, Topps rolled out its first Champions League album for the UEFA Champions League 2 years ago.
Do we know what the reaction was? I mean, is it similar to like when a license changed in the United States? There's a little bit of freak out period, or do people not really care? Is the Topps album seen as the same as the Panini album?
There definitely was a freak out because Panini has the name, and it's just like Topps is entering the game in the UEFA Champions League stickers, and Topps has made sticker sets here and there. I believe they've been doing an MLB sticker album here in the States for 5, 6, 7 years now, and I haven't really been too impressed with that album. So when I heard they got Champions League, I was a little concerned, but they actually did a pretty good job. So Topps knows how to make stickers in Europe, just not here in the States.
Tell me about this. Tell me about the sticker album, the baseball sticker album, where you have to get the cards, where you have to complete the set in 2018 opening day, and they're really hard to get. Can you talk a little bit about that?
In 2018, what Topps decided to do was sticker number 1 was Aaron Judge, and the only way to get that number 1 Aaron Judge sticker is inside the sticker album in the free stickers they give you, but those are usually the worst quality sticker you can get, and I've never put a free sticker from an album in any of my collections because they're just not good quality. So right there's knock number one. Knock number two, on the inside cover, they put a spot for 4 bonus stickers that can only be found in Topps 2018 opening day. And in the retail packs, the odds are 1 in 288 packs.
So it might cost you $1,000 to make a World Cup sticker set. It might cost you $1,000 to make those last 4 stickers.
Just 4.
2018 opening day.
I would recommend just going to eBay and picking it up for $5, but
is that what they trade for? About $5?
Yeah.
This must be I don't know if you've built that particular set, the MLB trading card sticker set, over the years. This must be new because I know in 2016 opening day, I don't recall them having any stickers in that product.
Well, I think 2018 was the first year that they mixed the stickers in with the cards. But if I'm cracking opening day and I'm not doing the sticker album, I get the sticker, it's kind of worthless to me. So that's probably why they're easy to get on eBay.
That's true. People probably get them and have no idea that they'd have to look at the back of the pack to see that they're actually a really difficult pull at 1 in 288 packs. How do you get the MLB stickers? Are you buying these online from DA or Blowout, or can you find these at Target or at Walmart? Where are you getting these things at?
Every year has been available at Target. They also, some of the older years were available at Dollar Tree, so they're pretty easy to get. And album is $2, and it's $1 a pack for like 7 or 8 stickers. And I know they also do like fat packs for the stickers as well, where you can get like 25 stickers in a pack.
And then what about the soccer boxes, the Panini Soccer boxes? Are you buying those? Who are you buying those from?
Panini Soccer, they're available Walgreens, Target, your online retailers have them.
And those are those only come at the configuration at 50 packs a box, or do they come in smaller configurations? Buy the pack, and then you either got to buy the pack or buy a 50 pack box.
Well, 4 years ago at like Target, you could only buy them in single packs, or they had like a little box that had 5 packs in it for $5. So that there was no discount for buying in bulk. But this year, you could buy an actual 50-pack box for $50 at Target or Walgreens. First time I'd seen that. Usually, if you wanted a box, you had to get it from an online retailer.
I see. So they were actually selling it by the box at some of these other places. That's interesting. What about the Revolutions, the Prisms, the other soccer boxes that they come out with? Are those things you're buying, or do you not even mess with those products?
I usually don't mess with those products, usually because they come out with a high price point. I'm pretty frugal, and I try to put my sets together on the cheap. So when I saw Revolution come out for like $1,200, I'm like, I'll pass on that. But now it's dropped. I was able to pick up a case for $300, so I was like, I'll give it a shot at that. 8 autos for $300 and a bunch of parallels. Was pretty good. My only knock against Panini when it comes to these cards and stickers, though, is the collation. I busted up an entire case, and on a 200-card base set, I could only put 180 together when I pulled 450 base cards.
Wow. Are you someone that likes to make the sets, or does that annoy the hell out of you? Or what are you doing with all these cards after you bust them?
I like putting the sets together. I'm kind of a math stat geek, so I kind of like to see like what the contents of an actual case are. That's why I wait for these cases to drop in value and just see what I hit, and then just move some of the valuable cards, keep the sets. Although now the sets are stacking up, I probably should start selling them.
Where do you move some of these cards? Is it eBay? Is it Check Out My Cards? Or like where does some of these cards get moved?
Majority are on eBay. I should send in more to ComC, even though they're just because they're right up the road from me here.
That's right. You almost could do like a drop off. You don't even have to send them in. You almost could do a drop off.
Yeah, I got a local card shop here. Not a local card shop, a local card show that's once a month, and ComC always has a booth there, and you can drop your cards off. at least save the shipping.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal at all. So besides the Revolution Soccer cases, what other products, what other cases have you dipped into this year across the variety of sports?
I'm a big hockey guy, but I haven't gone in any hockey cases lately. I like putting the O-Pee-Chee set together. I'm really drawn to the sets where there's like 500, 600 base cards, because it's just interesting to see all the different players, because when you put 100, 200 base set together, it's the same players over and over. It's always the popular guys.
So is O-Pee-Chee the biggest hockey set that gets made every year?
Yes.
So Series 1, because Series 1 is only like...
Series 1 is limited to 200, and Series 2 is limited to 200. So I guess over 2 series, that gets you up to 400.
Right. And did you ever mess with the compendium or whatever they called it on EPAC? It was the EPAC exclusive, where there was...
No.
It was like 600. I think it was like 600 or 700 cards, but it was across 3 series. So you would have had to mess with it for like the whole year, basically. I don't know.
Yeah. And it was pure digital, and you had to put sets together to even get physical cards, and it didn't pencil out to me in my budget.
What is your do you have a budget for cards? Is that something you think about, or is it just when you see a good price like you did on Revolution and you just buy it?
When I see a good price, I just buy it. I try to not do 1 or 2 cases a year, and I kind of have this threshold where I don't pay more than $300 a case, and I never pay more than $50 for a single card. So if there's a card I really want, it's sitting at $100. I just can't stomach paying $100 for a single baseball card or hockey card.
Is that a self-imposed limit? Is this a family decision, or what goes into that, or just being frugal with numbers and math, or?
Self-imposed.
What would an Mbappe autograph cost right now? I mean, wouldn't it be several $100s right now?
You would think, well, the first one's going to go for a lot because he doesn't have an autograph card yet.
How is that possible? Like, how does he not have an autograph?
Well, because he's 19 years old. He's only been playing senior soccer 1 or 2 years now, so he's kind of he's an unknown known name, I guess is a way to put it. He's kind of this was his breakout this last month.
Does he have something that would be considered his rookie? Because I saw he had some. It looked like they had a Prism set that had him in it, and there might have been a couple other set. Is the Prism, I guess, considered his rookie card?
Well, it's kind of tough to define a rookie card in soccer because they start playing so young, and especially over in Europe, where a player could be playing at the pros at age 16, and then it's like, well, and then so maybe he'll get a card made in like a Revolution when he's 18, but then gets his national team card when he's 2 years later when he's 20. So I guess he would just go with the first card made, which could be the Prism. I haven't actually looked. I just know some of his Prism golds, those ones numbered to 10, are going in the 4 figures.
That might be a good deal, honestly. I think, the gold Prism to 10 or whatever it is, over 1,000. I just think, the guy's could be famous for the next 12 years. Worldwide famous for the next 12 years. And there's going to be a lot of cards and autographs to come out of him, but there's only going to be, his first set of cards once. Something to consider about. I was last year. I was taking a ride to the national convention in Chicago, and the driver that I had was a huge soccer fan. He told me I should buy a Pele autograph. What about somebody like Pele, who maybe the most famous soccer player ever? What about him, collecting him? What does he have? Do you know what he has out there autograph-wise? What would it cost me to get even a Pele autograph?
I know some of these high-end sets that Panini have come out with. I know you could get like a Panini or a Pele jersey or auto, 1 per case. So
he's signing a lot.
Yeah.
If it's 1 per case.
Probably a Pele card would put you back about $200-$300 with an auto on it.
That doesn't sound too bad. I'd pay $200 for an Mbappe autograph right now. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
What do you do with what do you do with your sticker albums when you're done with them? Are they, how many years back are you going with the albums? Do they just sit in a shelf somewhere? Like, what do you do with these albums once they're done?
Yeah, so when I was a kid in '94 when the U.S. hosted the World Cup, I know I had an album back then, and I'm sure my parents probably threw it out on me. So when the 2014 World Cup rolled around, that's when I actually got back into it. So my first I only have 2 completed World Cup albums right now, and they're just sitting on the shelf. I go a little crazy with my sticker albums, because the album you get at Target is a $2 softcover album. 4 years ago, I imported a hardcover album from Germany to make my collection a little nicer, and it'll sit on the shelf a little better.
Oh wow! So they even have the hardcovers over in Germany. So we're getting screwed out here with the $2 albums. How much did it cost you to get this hardcover album over from Germany?
Yeah, it was like $20 back on 4 years ago. Now this year they actually released the hardcover album in the States, so that was nice. And
so you could get that, and then now when these get sold, do people like to buy them complete? Like, do people buy complete albums, or do people like to buy the individual stickers and sit there and put them in the book themselves?
There's definitely people that will buy the album complete. I've seen those going on eBay. Me, personally, I like the fun of it, piecing the set together, and the fun is trading. There's a website I use called laststicker.com, and it's a really nice site where you put your needs and your duplicates on there, and the site lines you up with people across the world to pull off trades, and then it's just your faith in the other person that you both throw your stickers in the mail and you trade.
That's kind of cool. Is there like a feedback system, or how do you know to trust? That's pretty cool. So is this something that goes on all the time, or just during the World Cup?
It goes on all the time, because Panini is just kicking out like 10, 12 albums a month over in Europe. There's an Italy sticker album they put out for soccer every year. They put out like Daniel Tiger and Thomas the Tank Engine albums out over in Europe that they don't put out here. Some of the albums you might see in Target would be Incredibles 2 right now. Topps did a Star Wars sticker album that was released here a couple years ago for the 7th film, but I don't think they did one for number 8.
Interesting. So you can go on this Last Sticker website and then pick up your wants and needs. How does this website make money? Is there a transaction fee? Is there a membership fee? Are there advertisements? How does the site make money?
It's completely free to use for the user, so I believe probably where they're getting their money is advertisements. There's a lot of eBay ads on there.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I think I've actually been on the website before. I remember kind of looking at it one time, thinking that it was kind of cool that it was, it kind of matched you up with these people to trade cards. Anything else you want to talk about soccer or anything? You're on the R-rated podcast here, internationally known sports card podcast. However, how much weight that carries. Anything you want to say to the R-rated fan base?
One of the things I didn't get into with how there's different versions of these Panini World Cup stickers. Like 4 years ago, there was a hardcover album in Europe but not in the States. One of the cool things that Panini does, although it's frustrating for me being a collector here, is all the stickers that they make for the country of Switzerland, all the stickers get printed in a gold border, and they have a special gold edition album.
Why do they do that? Is somebody paying extra money? Like, why do they do that?
It's just something different they do. I don't know why they picked Switzerland, because the price point is the same for a pack. $1 for a pack here. It's one Swiss, I believe they're Swiss kroner there. So it's the same cost.
But it's now a gold border, essentially variation of the regular set.
Exactly.
And so how do you get those? How are you've got to buy those on eBay, or how do you get Last Sticker, or how do you get those?
You have to buy them on eBay or trade with people on Last Sticker. There could be someone in Switzerland that wants to put a white border set together, so you could be pulling off trades like that. I know I had a friend that was passing through Switzerland within the last month, so they picked me up a few gold packs and a gold softcover album, so pretty stoked about that. But now it's going to be tough to put the set together.
And how does it, I mean, card collectors, they go to various websites, Beckett, Cardboard Connection, different Facebook groups, Blowout site, DA Card World. They're going to all these different sites and getting card information fairly easily, I think. How does the information about these sets, and there's a Swiss gold border set, and there's different variations in the Brazil cut stickers. How does that information get disseminated, and is there like certain websites that are kind of the go-to information sources?
Yeah, there's definitely a couple sites that are specific on the stickers and the collectible trading card games for the soccer. In addition to the stickers, Panini puts out the adrenaline cards, Topps puts out the match attacks. So there's this one website that I use called Cards Review, and that's with a Z, not an S, in cards.
Okay.
And that website does a lot of reviews on the different sets and kind of breaks down what you can find around the globe. Because Switzerland got the gold album, Mexico got a platinum hardcover album, France got the white hardcover album. And these websites, kind of like Cardboard Connection, but for stickers, collects all this info for you.
That's good. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop. You can kind of see as these things come out what you need to do to go get them, I guess, in a sense.
Right. And throwing back to themes of some of your previous episodes, the more information that's out there, the more people will spend money. And, yeah, I'm guilty of that.
Right. I think that it's the PSA CEO that always talks about knowledge drives collecting. People get so mad at them because they have a free price guide. They make a magazine that they probably make no money on, and they have a website that has some good articles on it. But and they have a collectibles app now, I think, that costs like $3 million or something to set up. And people always complain, but it's like, hey, if you know the history of a 1952 Mickey Man, all of a sudden you might pay a lot more for one, or you might send 100 of your vintage cards in, and so forth. Knowledge does certainly drive collecting. What are the biggest differences, I guess, because you're someone who gets to play both sides. You're kind of in the U.S. market, and you kind of know that world, and then also this kind of sticker phenomenon that plays out mostly overseas. A lot of even collectors of cards over here don't really realize what a big craze it is. What are the key differences between the two groups? Is it value? Is it price point? Is it obsession over the players, over the team or the club? Like what are the differences between the American collector and then the overseas sticker collector?
Well, to put it real in a nutshell, I think in the U.S. we are player-centric, while and also team-centric, where in Europe it's about completing the set, completing the album.
Do you think American, that we've evolved from that at some point people did, I guess in the 70s and 80s, like to put sets together, and then it's gotten to the point now where it's a player. It's gotten real player-centric? I
think so, yeah. It's definitely evolved.
And
I'm sure over in Europe, everyone's obsessed with Messi, everyone's obsessed with Ronaldo, but they'd love to get their signatures. I just don't think it necessarily has to be on a card overseas. In the U.S., with the baseball collectors, it's about getting that autograph card.
It's getting that autograph. And that has pushed the price up. Do you think, that's got to be what has pushed the price up? I mean, even though these stickers have gone up in price, we're still talking about what, $1 for 5 stickers?
Yeah.
It's not bad, right?
Not bad until you have to put your own set together and your son's set together.
Any advice out there for somebody looking ahead to the 2022 World Cup and maybe wants to put together an album? Should they buy it early? Should they, I guess they probably want to do it while the World Cup's going. Like when should they buy it? When should they buy these cards?
The challenge is to try to finish your album before the first game kicks off. but you're going to be paying full price. So if you want the challenge, the fun of putting the set together right away, and when everyone else is collecting it, you want to buy it right when it comes out, you're going to be paying the max price, but it's just fun. But if you want to put it together on the cheap, you're going to be finding these $50 boxes for probably $20 here in a couple months.
Yeah, they're going to get real cheap. Don't they come out with update cards like guys, because they come out with this set so early and guys get hurt or they don't make the team. How did they release updated stickers, and how did those get distributed?
Yeah, so it's different from country to country. In the U.S., you could go to the Panini website and buy all 96 cards at once for like $12 or $15.
Oh, that's not bad. Wow.
And then that set is also released around the world. There's the gold bordered one in Switzerland, of course. But some of the other countries, I know in the past, like 4 years ago in France, like the update stickers, like a pack of 4 was released in the newspaper. So if you just wanted the France update stickers, you could just get it from the newspaper.
Wow. So open your newspaper and maybe get an Mbappe.
Yes.
How much is it going to cost me to get? Do you have an extra Mbappe sticker?
I'll just send you one.
I feel like I need one in my life. I feel like I really need an Mbappe. Something Mbappe. I've been looking all over my house for the last week for something Mbappe.
Yeah. Well, in 4 years, you're going to have to do the album with me. Then I'll have another trading partner.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. Yeah, I'll have to pick up an album and at least a couple boxes so that I can. Maybe the U.S. team will make it and give me a more of a rooting interest than who do you root for? Is there a team that you like or that you're rooting for?
I was rooting for Iceland just because of their story, a country of 200,000 getting as far as they did, qualifying for the World Cup. That was just a lot of fun. My dad is also English, so I was rooting for England. And, they made it to the semis, so that was exciting.
Yeah, it's a pretty deep run. Did you play soccer, too, growing up at all?
I did. Not too much. I just played YMCA indoor soccer, and my dad was the coach, so that was a lot of fun. But it's just fun to just play as a kid, but I just didn't play it organized much, so it was just kind of something to do for fun.
I mean, the U.S. we're like 50 years behind on this soccer thing, but I mean, I was pretty surprised that we didn't qualify. I mean, I feel like we could at least qualify. We're probably not going to make a semifinal run, but what's the problem with the U.S. team? Is it coaching? Is it just we haven't been we haven't been playing soccer nearly as long as even these smaller nations. What's the deal with the U.S. soccer team? The men's team. The women's team's pretty good, but what's the deal with the men's team?
Yeah, women's team won it 3 years ago, and they're going to go to France next year to defend their title. But the men's team, that's a loaded question. I don't know where to start. We did switch coaches midway through qualifications. We sacked Jurgen Klinsmann and brought in Bruce Arena. I just think players, there was just locker room chemistry issues this time around, and I just don't think the team played well together, and those locker room issues transitioned onto the field.
Wow. So even on a team that has really no shot at winning, there's still egos and pride. Do these guys get paid money? Like if you make the men's national team, is there like a salary or what's the incentive for these guys to make the team?
I believe there's a stipend like per game you play. I'm not too entirely sure on that. I know definitely. You probably saw that Mbappe is donating his winnings from the World Cup to charity. I did see that.
I've become the number one Mbappe fan, so I did see that. Yeah, it was like 500,000 or fairly large. What does somebody like Mbappe make? I mean, does he make $20 million? What is he making right now? Playing for his club team, I guess.
I know he's playing for Paris Saint-Germain, so a PSG. I don't know exactly what he's taken in.
I know there's these like huge transfer fees for these guys. Do the top players make what I think LeBron makes $30 million? Is Ronaldo making that? I mean, he's probably making way more than that in endorsements. But just is there a sense? Is that public information? Like what the salaries of these guys?
Well, definitely the transfer fees are definitely public knowledge.
It's just an enormous amount of money. I think Mbappe was like $200 million or something ridiculous. Who's getting that $200 million?
Well, and a transfer fee that goes to the club.
So the club that discovered him or draft? How did the club get Mbappe?
I believe, I'm not entirely sure, but salary is 17.5 million euros.
Oh, damn. So he's making a lot. Yeah. So he makes a lot. So they start on some kind of like almost like a minor league team and then get transferred, and that's where that big money comes from. Is that how that kind of works?
Exactly. That's how the well, here it is right here. Mbappe was Paris Saint-Germain paid 180 million euros to acquire him. So that's not salary paid to Mbappe. That goes to his former club. For his club.
So almost like a college, almost like a minor league or like in the United States, I guess, these guys go to college first and then they get, quote, drafted. But over there, I guess they go to like a smaller club team and then they either groom him in a sense or he becomes ready and then they sell him off, to the highest bidder.
Yeah. Essentially, a lot of these European teams, they have academies, and they're trying to scout these players when they're like 10, 12, and develop them. And then you're developing them to be on your first team or to transfer them to a different team and cash in.
And is that something, I thought I vaguely read that is something that has almost just started in the United States, that we've started these kind of youth, these kids are like 12, 13 years old, and they're almost being groomed to play professional soccer at some level. Do you know if that's going on here?
Definitely Major League Soccer is trying to develop academies here. Each clubs are trying to get their own academies to develop youth players. I'm a big supporter of the Seattle Sounders here, and if you find youth players in your area, you can claim them as homegrown players, and they can go on to go play college, and then when they're ready to join the Major League Soccer, you acquire them without them having to go through the draft.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
And the player has no say. Like, what if he doesn't want to play for Seattle? Like, he has no say in that, or he just automatically is grandfathered in?
Well, the Seattle Sounders have claim to, like, the state of Washington, let's just say. Although I know there's Portland Timbers down south and Vancouver to the north, but we got most of Washington. And if we discover players, we sign them to a homegrown contract. They have to choose to also come with us.
Oh, so they have to sign that contract. They have to sign the contract to say that they're going to become a hometown player.
Correct.
Wow. And so there's no drafting process. So it gives the team then some incentive to get involved with the community and the local soccer groups, I guess, and build out some talent.
Definitely.
Do they sell cards at the Sounders games? Is there any interest in cards or amongst the fan base that you know of with the Sounders, the MLS team?
Not really. I know they have the team set from Topps, from Topps flagship sitting in the team shop, but that's about it. I know a few people that play the Topps Kick app, and we try to get the Sounder players on that.
Do you know any of the players? Are any of the players friendly? Or are these guys different than other athletes you run into, or what are these guys like?
Oh, they're definitely a lot more accessible than like your typical pro team. You can go down and watch practice, and then afterwards they all come up and sign autographs. So the Sounders make the players very accessible, which is really nice, and you get to know them.
And aren't the Sounders a pretty successful team? Like, haven't they won the MLS Cup or what? I don't know what they call the championship, but haven't they won it once or twice?
We won the MLS Cup 2 seasons ago. Last season, we were runner-ups, and we've made the playoffs every year since we joined the league back in 2009. But we're sitting in near last place now, so we'll see if we can continue the streak. It's going to be tough.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, one last question for you. If you had any advice for Panini on their, they're probably sitting around counting all this money from the World Cup here, but 4 years from now they got to crank this up again. If you had any advice for them about their sticker album. Is there anything that you would tell them or want them to know 4 years from now?
A couple things. Make the foils a little more readily available. It's just tough when you're trying to put the set together, and people will only trade foils for foils when, you should be able to trade one sticker for one sticker regardless of what it is. So that would be one thing. And the other thing would be bring an exclusivity to the U.S. in 4 years' times. Down in Mexico, you can, on certain Coca-Cola bottles, they got Panini stickers underneath the wrapper.
I've seen those, yeah.
And the Mexico album has 8 or 12 additional spots in the album for the stickers from the Coke bottles.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just cool. But here in the States, we have nothing extra.
Right. So give you a little something extra for 2022.
Right. And then that also gives us some trading power. Like, hey, I can send over the unique U.S. set, and you send me the unique Spain set. Because I know over in Portugal and Spain, you go to McDonald's, you can get exclusive Spanish team cards from McDonald's.
Right. And this is all something on that cards review site they kind of keep track of and make and keep people up to date on, because Panini's not doing it themselves, right? This is something that has to be a third-party site.
You've seen Panini's website, right?
I mean, it's a joke. Yeah, I mean, it's a complete joke. It's worthless. There's probably not even a soccer sticker checklist on their whole entire site, right?
I don't think so. So yeah,
unbelievable.
It's definitely something people are putting up on their own. Like Cardboard Connection will just put up the basic checklist, but if you go to Cards Review, you're going to go more in depth.
That's where I've seen the Coke bottles and the packaging variations and just all the little. I mean, it's really extensive. It's not just one album. This is very kind of an extensive thing that people pay pretty close attention to. But Dan, thank you so much, and hopefully we'll talk to you again maybe before the next World Cup.
Definitely.
Hell yeah, for sure.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
For sure.